smelly drains and sewer lines can be a nightmare. So Pipe Wrench is offering a $99 drain clearing special that includes a free camera inspection. And if we can't open your drain, the visit is free. Call us or book your appointment online at pipewrench.com. And as always, same-day service guaranteed or the visit is free.
Well, how soon we meet again, my friends. Good morning. Just a few hours ago, feels like we were right here at the helm talking about severe storms, tornadoes, damaging wind, heavy rain, large hail. And boy, what an active night it was. At least it didn't go until 5:30 in the morning. At least we had that going for us. But it was an active day. We had a lot of storm damage around the area. We had reports of about 15 homes damaged over there in Cumberland County due to the possibility of an isolated tornado and or damaging wind gusts upwards of 70 miles per hour. Most of the buildings had some minor damage, but again, upwards of 70 mile per hour winds and an isolated tornado where we had tornado warnings yesterday evening. We had those tornado warnings moving their way through, began right around Hardin Valley in Anderson, Knox County, worked its way through Anderson and Knox County. We had tornado warnings stretching all the way across Knox County in a major metro area, and a lot of folks tuned in. And if you were one of those folks and you got some little lack of sleep here last night, thanks for joining me this morning. I do appreciate that. It's been an interesting May. It's been a very active May, and we saw quite a bit of rainfall yesterday as well. Actually, McGee-Tyson Airport picked up over an inch of rain, 5,500s in Chattanooga, 1 inch of rain in Tri-Cities. Crossville is not reporting here at this hour. A live look outside right now this morning. We do have the overcast gray skies, a little bit of fog showing up, maybe some mist, but that should be about the extent of it. Drier air is going to settle on in, and that's going to make for better weather as we head through the next couple of days. And enjoy it because, well, a lot more rain is going to be working its way back into the area. Good morning, Julie, Linda, Lee. How are you this morning? We got Mel, Christy, Tina, Roz, Jerry, Padme501ist. Some of these names on YouTube I can't ever figure out. Cheryl, Jerry, and Laura, good morning. And yes, it is Kipton's birthday today, a whopping 12 years old. And I don't know if you saw my video on social media, but while I was doing severe weather coverage, my wife was over here just next to me blowing up a bunch of balloons because we always do like a little waterfall balloon thing on their doors. We got a special birthday ahead of him, and we have crab legs. That was his one request, was crab legs for dinner. I had to search all over the place. I finally found some. I didn't find the king crab legs, but I found the Dungeness crab legs. Never had them before myself. So we'll see how this all plays out. Of course, they are going to be heading off to school. I had to go get some cookies yesterday on my brief break between storms. I had to go get some cookies so he could take them to his class. All right, rainfall amounts around the area. We picked up anywhere from 2 to 3 plus inches of rainfall from southern Cumberland County all the way through Rockwood and Oak Ridge, where we picked up 2.4 inches of rainfall. Most areas were 3/4 to just over an inch, and that's about the extent of it. Oh, it is hump day, Lee. I'm sorry. Jeez, I didn't put the camel up. We got to get Mr. Ed Rupp up, and Mr. Ed, the camel up, and of course, Ed Rupp's going to be joining us here in just a second. All right, let's talk about those weather headlines, or let's walk you through our Futurecast model. Slow. Apparently, I had that set to, let's just open this up. Watch this. Okay, so the morning clouds are with us, right? These clouds will continue to zip their way on out. I don't even have the time right. There we go. All right, so morning clouds move on out. Drier air is going to settle its way on in. That's going to give us abundant sunshine. So these clouds are going to stick with us through about 9 to 11 o'clock this morning. I think as we get into the lunch hour, we'll start to see abundant sunshine with a few lingering clouds across the mountain counties in upper East Tennessee. And then abundant sunshine as the kiddos head home from school on their last full day of school for some of them. Pretty awesome stuff, kids. That's what I'm talking about. All right, here are your weather headlines. Morning clouds, fog, some afternoon sun, cooler and breezy today. You're going to feel that change in the air throughout the day. You don't feel it this morning, but you'll feel it this afternoon. Wednesday night through Thursday morning. So tonight through tomorrow morning, a weak wave brings us some light rain showers. Nothing to write home about. We may start off with some light rain showers early tomorrow morning. Shouldn't be that big of a deal. And then Sunday through Tuesday, a low pressure system is going to traverse its way across the state. And it's going to bring us some heavier rain showers. Like we're talking about some decent rain. So more May rain showers are on the way. All right, morning temperatures as you step outside, we're in the low, mid, and upper 60s. So it feels similar to what we had yesterday. Dew points are still elevated into the mid to upper 60s. But I highlight that because look at your dew points throughout the day today. We hang strong into those low 60s through about 10 o'clock. Dry air comes on in. It starts to erode the clouds. That's going to give us the sunshine. But as this next air mass moves on in, that's going to kick up the wind, but it helps dry the air out. So by 4, 6, 10 o'clock tonight, 4, 6, 8, 10, 2, 4, 6, 8. Who do we appreciate? Anyways, dew points are going to drop into the 50s as we get into the evening hours. That's going to give us abundant sunshine and a fantastic feel to the air. If you've got a nice little fire pit in the backyard, if you have a good patio you like to sit on, as the sun goes down tonight, just go sit on the front or back porch and enjoy that fresh May feeling. Those are like words that really don't go together, but they're going to go together today. As this next air mass comes on in, notice the wind. It's going to start to increase across the area. There we go. Happy birthday, Kipton. God bless. Eat cake. They're making a cake today. He wanted to make a cake with Mom, so they're going to make a cake after school. All right, forecast high temperatures topping out in the upper 70s. So that's average for this time of the year. It's going to feel great. Dew point trend, dew points continue to come on down along with those temperatures. So tomorrow, dew points are going to be a little bit lower than today. They're going to be a little bit lower or a bit lower as we get into our Friday, Saturday. So Friday and Saturday, the air is going to feel absolutely amazing. But notice those dew points increasing Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. That's our rain. So when I switch over to your rainfall chances, here we go. I told you yesterday I was probably going to elevate those rain chances Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. I hate to be the bearer of bad news. Seems like that's the story here lately for my job. But rain is going to be with us Sunday into Memorial Day, Monday, and Tuesday. A lot of folks doing some camping this weekend, a lot of outdoor adventures and things going on because it is the unofficial start to summer. So let's go ahead and talk about it. First things first, we'll pick up our timeline tonight at 7 o'clock. I already walked you through today's futurecast, so clear skies. Here comes our little wave in the atmosphere. We're going to wave it high, and then we're going to wave it by. It's not going to do much, but it will bring us some scattered showers. Maybe a few rumbles of thunder back off to our west. A little bit of instability, not necessarily for us. It weakens as it moves its way into East Tennessee, so we may start tomorrow morning off with some scattered light rain showers, a few clouds, and then we are probably going to get a mix of sun and clouds, but rain-free conditions with increase in sunshine tomorrow afternoon, and then more rain down across parts of the deep south, but no severe weather threat there as well. Rainfall amounts tonight into tomorrow morning, not going to add up to a whole lot, but let's go ahead with the rest of the story. Here comes our system. It's going to start to move its way across. It's moving off the Rockies, and instead of this system veering north into the Great Lakes where it would pick up steam and energy and produce severe weather, that doesn't seem to be the case. It looks like it's going to traverse right across the state. And so that's the rain that we could potentially see by next Tuesday. An additional 1 to 2 inches of rainfall. Somebody else want to take my job for a second? I don't want to be the bearer of bad news. I don't want to do this. I want some sunshine and butterflies. We need some sunshine and beautiful weather. Here is your 7-day forecast. So 78 today, low 70s Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Increase. I don't think we're having much rain on Saturday, but just threw that on there just to be on the safe side for now. But Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, a good solid chance for rain, and maybe even Sunday night into Sunday night into Monday morning, we may start to see elevated rain chances as well. Happy birthday, Kipton. Mike Witcher, thank you for keeping us up to date minute by minute to make us all aware last night and getting right back into it this morning. You are very welcome. A few hours of sleep, 3 hours of sleep doesn't really cut much, but we've got some really cool stuff that's going to be taking place here throughout the day today. I am going to be broadcasting live here today, and that is going to be a lot of fun. We're going to be broadcasting live the noon show at a place called BioWorks, and it seems to be appropriate after a very long night of severe weather and a week of severe weather, because last Friday into Saturday, I need to rejuvenate myself. So make sure you tune in for the noon show. We're going to be talking to the owner there, highlighting what they do offer and how it can be a benefit to you and your body. And they're going to, my wife and I are going to do some of it. Not quite sure what we're doing yet, but we are going to do some of it. All right, it is Wednesday. Let's say good morning to Ed Rob, shall we?
Wait for him. Wait for him. Bam! Now we're sliding all the way downhill to the weekend. The kids can get ready for school, and Debbie can take her shower.
We're going to have Ed Rupp. Let's get that back on. Where did my camera go? There we go. We're going to have Ed Rupp modify that here, by the way. As we get into the summer months, Debbie can still take her shower, by all means. But the kids aren't going to be heading off to school. Well, maybe some summer school or summer camps. I don't know. We'll see how it all plays out. Maybe we can get Ed to record another one. Last day of school for DeKalb County. Happy birthday, Kipton. Thank you very much for everybody. I appreciate you so much. We need the soaking rains now since we likely won't get them in the summertime. Well, there we go. There's the glass is half full for Brandon. I love it. You're not ready for this last day of school, but Andrea is excited. I am excited for the kids. I think it's going to be great. I'm ready for them to enjoy the summer. And thank you, Pat. I appreciate it. Kipton, you're getting lots of love for your birthday here this morning. So I don't know if you're up and enjoying it yet, but I'm ready and excited for a good day when you get off of school here today. But again, don't forget, I'm going to be broadcasting live at Bioworks at noon today. And you'll see a little bit more stuff on social media as well. All right, let's get to work with the national holidays, shall we? We'll take it back outside. We're going to keep this short and sweet this morning. Let's go to Monroe County. There we go. Got a little bit of clearing going on down there. Oops, that's not it. Let's go to that one. There we go. That's the one we want. So you see the moon rising. The sun is chasing the moon. I love it when you can see the sun chasing the moon. Come back here, he says. Come back here. All right, here are your national holidays for the day today. Of course, we're celebrating birthdays and events. Happy birthday again to my son, Kipton, a whopping 12 years old. Next year, he's a teenager. And we all know what happens to teenagers as parents. Well, I don't really know that yet, but I remember being one. Let's just go there, shall we? Any events going on this weekend, make sure you highlight them in the chat. Of course, it is Memorial Day weekend, or let me know what you're doing this weekend. What are you going to be doing? What are the Witchers going to be doing? I have no idea. Nothing planned that I know of as of right now. I feel like there's something going on that my wife had said something, but either way. If you have an event going on here this upcoming weekend, let me know in the chat. Barbara says, love me some Ed on Wednesdays. I do too. He just makes everybody's day a little bit brighter. But today's going to be a great day, so don't forget the sunglasses. All right. It's National Juice Slush Day. The National Juice Slush Day. Who does not love a slushie? Being from Colorado, of course. We don't have them here. But 7-Elevens, the Slurpee, right? Who doesn't love a good old classic Slurpee? Of course, you can get all those juice slushes at all the gas stations. One of my favorites, by the way, is a grape cream slush from Sonic. And if you've never had their cream slushes, I highly recommend it. It's literally ice cream and slushie mixed together, and it just gives it the perfect creamy slushy texture. Big shout out to Sonic this morning. They don't advertise with me, but maybe they should now. Anyways, if you want to check them out, check that out as well. I know Weigel's does a great job with their slushies as well. All right, it's Emergency Medical Services for Children's Day. This is a great day. Let's see what it says about that specifically. It says, we celebrate Emergency Medical Services Day for Services for Children's Day on Wednesday during Emergency Medical Services Week. It's EMS Week. I did not know that. Also known as EMS Day, we give special thanks to the EMS providers for the way they respond to the needs of millions of Americans every year. I'm going to give them a big shout out for sure. Yep, this day's for you, my friends. It's National Memo Day. Are you a person that has lots of memos? I am. If I don't take notes on my phone, if I don't put it on the calendar, if I don't take multiple notes on my forecast sheet every day of things to do every single day, I would lose my brain. If my mom always used to tell me, if your head wasn't tied to your shoulders, you'd lose your head. Probably the case. I'm like my youngest son, Caden. Pew, 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 pew. Just all over the place, all the time. It's National Strawberries and Cream Day. Ooh. Ooh. You know what we used to do growing up? Blueberries and cream is what we do. So you can do it with strawberries as well. But if you go to the store and go grab yourself some heavy whipping cream and then throw some fresh fruit in it and sprinkle some sugar on top, a little bit of vanilla. So good. Straight up fat right to your belly, right? But it is good. National Wait Staff Day. Big shout out to the waiters and waitresses. Anybody working in the in that industry, big shout out to you. It's your day. If you are heading off to a restaurant today, knowing that it's National Wait Staff Day, maybe throw an extra little 5% on your tip. As long as they're good. I'm going to throw a little, here's my little thing I'm going to throw it out at you. First and foremost, I've never been a waiter. I never waited tables. Now, I was training to wait tables. After I graduated college, I was living at home with my mom, but I was looking for a TV job. I was applying to TV jobs all over the country. And so I was training to be a waiter when I got that phone call on a Friday afternoon that I had gotten accepted to my first job in Grand Junction, Colorado at KJCT TV. I was going to start on Monday. I remember the news director called me Friday afternoon and said, "How you doing?" I said, "I'm doing great. I know you've applied for this job and called me every single day this week to see if I had seen your resume tape. Well, I've seen it. Why did you shoot that shot that way?" I had a really cool low angle shot. I set the camera on top of the train tracks and I did a stand up walking across the train tracks because I was doing a story on train track safety or train crossing safety. And how important it is because we have a lot of cars and trucks that get hit by trains every single year, especially when they don't have any sort of crossing signals or anything like that. Anyways, I said, "I don't know. I thought it would be really cool." She goes, "I loved it. I'll see you Monday, bright and early at 8 o'clock. I said, "Huh?" She goes, "You better be jumping up and down right now, son. I just hired you." And I said, "Woo-hoo!" So I went into work that night. I don't even know if I went into work. I may have just called him. It was a quick little summer job after college. I might have called him and said, "I quit." So I never learned to wait tables. Never did. But one of my biggest pet peeves is I feel like no matter what restaurant you go to, I feel like it used to be like 15 to 18% for a standard tip. Now it's like up to 20%, which is great. I don't mind tipping 20%. And let me ask you a question before I finish the story. Do you tip on the total, including taxes, or do you tip on just the total of your food? Ooh, questionable, especially when you have an expensive dinner, right? But one of my biggest pet peeves is I feel like we've lost the common courtesy and the work ethic in our society. I don't know why. I feel like customer service has gone by the wayside. Maybe it's just because I'm pushing 50 now. And now I'm becoming an old, disgruntled old man. I don't know. But I feel like we've lost the customer service of the wait staff themselves. And I feel like you shouldn't, just because you waited my tables and brought me food, if you were not helpful, if you didn't check in on me. Listen, we go out to eat for convenience, right? That's the reason why we go out to eat. We don't go out to eat because we need to consume food. Well, we do, but we do it for convenience and a little bit of entertainment every once in a while. And if the waiter or waitress, the wait staff is not helpful, I feel like you shouldn't get that 20%. Am I wrong? Now, again, I never waited tables. My wife did for years, and so we always pre-bus our table. So we actually help the wait staff. We're always pre-bussing the table, cleaning things up, stacking them, and ready for them to take it off. So then they do less work. It's not that I don't give less than 20%. I rarely do. Rarely. You know, especially with what I do. I just can't, unfortunately. But something to kind of think about, right? If you're a waiter or waitress, think about it. Should you deserve 20% if you didn't check on drinks, make sure my drinks were full, make sure that I have napkins and silverware? I mean, just the basics, right? I shouldn't have to ask for refills. I shouldn't have to ask for silverware and napkins. You know what I mean? Now, if the food comes out bad, that's not their fault. right? That's the cook's fault. That's the kitchen's fault. So they can't take the blame for that. I don't know. All right, I'll get off my soapbox. Sorry about that. It's National American Red Cross Founders Day. There we go. What would we do without the American Red Cross? That I don't know. That I don't know. All right, my friends. That's your national holidays for the morning to this morning. We'll take you back outside, show you what it looks like in downtown Gatlinburg. Cool shot, by the way. Got a little bit of fog right there along the tramway that takes you from downtown Gatlinburg up to Ober. Cool view there. Wet conditions to get the day started. A few clouds hanging out with us, but all in all, ain't a bad start to the day, eh? It's 6:25. Check that time so you don't run late. You missed 7-Eleven Slurpees. None close to here. I know. Ooh. Or Mel. Oh my gosh. I grew up on Orange Julius. They were at all the malls in Colorado. I didn't know if you had them here, but Orange Julius was amazing. By the way, events going on. Friday night movies under the stars at Imes Nature Center. It's an American Tale, so bring the kiddos. Doors open at 7. Movie starts at dusk. All the kids that are going to be heading off onto summer break. This is going to be a great thing to do. Friday night, movies under the stars at Imes Nature Center. This is really, really cool. Amber, Mike, how are you so energetic? I'm exhausted. Oh, well, I'll probably drop solid later on today and be like, woo. I'm going to need I haven't even had coffee yet. I didn't have time. I did wake up a little late this morning, and I was like, I gotta go. Thought about canceling the live broadcast. I already had a forecast that was updated from late last night that I updated, and I was like, you know what? No way, Jose. If you're gonna be up, I'm gonna be up. If I'm gonna be up, you better be up. Just kidding. You loved waitressing back in the day. That's true. Lots of you see now that we have cameras everywhere. You see all these videos on social media of trains and cars getting stuck on the tracks. It always is mind blowing to me when you see these videos going, what are you thinking? There you go, Barbara. You help bust the tables as well. Let's see. When they do their job at the counter and then you have to register, prompt you to tip. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of that either, Mel. Wait a second. I get it. I'll tip a little bit, but you didn't have to give me water, silverware. You didn't have to bust my table. You didn't bring food to my table. You literally, it's to-go orders, but you still need to listen. They still put it together, and the cooks and the chefs still get those tips as well. The kitchen does, so I still tip as well, but not necessarily 20%. I agree with you, Barbara. People do need to be a little bit nicer to each other. I feel like sometimes our world's gone mad. People feel like since the internet days and even more so maybe now with social media and whatnot, people feel like they can just be rude to each other just because they're behind a computer, behind a keyboard. Not okay. Do unto others as you would want done to you, right? The solid golden rule. How much time does it take and energy does it take for you to log onto the internet to actually find somebody's email or find somebody's social post to blast a negative at them? And what good does that do? Right? That's what I was saying, with the whole Tesla situation. I don't care what you think about Elon. It does not matter to me. It doesn't matter what you think about Tesla. That doesn't matter. But why are people keying Teslas and destroying Teslas all over this country because they're mad at Elon? That's not affecting Elon. That's affecting us as human beings, individuals. Same concept. Like, what are you doing? Just be kind. Jeez. I'm lacking sleep, so you better watch me. I may get on my soapbox a little bit more, then I'll get in trouble, and you may not want to watch me anymore. I don't know. There we go. Preach it, Mike. I will, Barbara. I will. Louis says, you're absolutely correct. I used to own a restaurant years ago and also pre-bust the table before leaving the restaurant. You tip before taxes, all right? I give a tip according to the service and how busy the place is. It's a gift. I also try to be a good guest, and I think you should. Westall Mall had Orange Julius years ago. Man, I tell you what, this just wasn't it so good? So good and orangey and creamy in your mouth. I practically lived at Orange Julius on Magnolia. It was a drive-in. I love it. We need to bring back Orange Julius to the market, don't we? You pre-bus your daughter and hubby. I do pre-bus. Daughter and hubby get upset with me for doing it. But I'm freeing up a table for the next customer waiting to help the staff get it done. Interesting side note on that. I feel like we're always rushed in our restaurants as well. And I said this last summer, if you were joining me, we went to Greece a couple summers ago. And I'd not been to Europe a whole lot, but totally different lifestyle over there, right? A, they eat dinner super late, like 8, 9, 10 o'clock at nighttime. B, they also let you just sit there and hang out. Happy birthday to you. Get in here and say hi to everybody. It's your birthday. It's the birthday boy. What's up, bud? Mwah. How are you?
Good.
Yeah? How was the avalanche balloon?
Good. No.
You know?
No, we didn't have one.
Well, not the avalanche, but they were dangling. Yeah. You ready for school?
Yes.
All right, I'll wrap up this broadcast so we can hang out and I take you to the bus stop. Oh, see you, buddy. Love you, man. There it is right there. That's what it's all about, and that's why I love working from home. So thankful, so blessed to be able to do that. I got sidetracked. I don't know what I was saying, so we'll just move on from there. Oh, boy. There we go, Brandon. I agree. People keying Teslas is stupid. What point are they trying to prove? I don't. They're trying to hurt Elon. They're trying to hurt Tesla, but actually they're hurting the individual, so it just doesn't really make sense to me. Oh, man. All right. We're just about out of time. So I am going to start to end this show because guess what? I want to go hang out with my son. And plus it's 6:31. We've talked for a long time this morning. How time flies by. The years fly by. Time flies by. The older you get, I feel like the faster it moves. Isn't that not the truth? Hey, by the way, join me on my live broadcast at noon today. Hopefully it all works out well. That's the goal anyways. Sometimes when you take the show on the road, you're just not quite sure how it's going to go. But hopefully it goes smoothly. And anyways, at noon today, I'll be broadcasting live from BioWorks. So make sure you tune in on that. Going to get a little bit of a TLC. Take care of ourselves. I think I may need to. Or I may fall asleep before that even happens. We'll see how it goes. Anyways, my friends, I sure hope you have a great day. Again, I cannot thank you enough for sticking with me last night, for trusting me. Last night was the biggest viewership East Tennessee Weather has ever had. We're growing every single day. Thank you for sharing, liking, subscribing. If you love what I do, make sure you pass it along to loved ones, family members, coworkers. Let's build this product. Let's build this business to be the one-stop shop for weather here in East Tennessee. No nonsense weather all the time. We do things differently, and I let you know when it's time to go to bed. I'm here for you, my friends. Thanks for joining me on this good old classic hump day. Halfway through the work week, the last full day of school for a lot of the kids. Summer break is right around the corner. I'll see you for that live broadcast at noon. Check in on that. And otherwise, I'll see you for Wake Up with Witcher tomorrow morning, bright and early, at 6 o'clock with hopefully a little bit more rest. Have a great day. Be safe. Be kind to each other. Life is short.